afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John.
I'm David.
And today we're here to talk to you about the W.U.I.
No, W.U.I.
No, sorry.
W.U.I. Here we go.
W.U.I. This is part 2 to a conversation that we've already had. We're going to include the link below. And what we're doing is, the impetus of this entire project is to identify how concrete can impact concrete homes, concrete breaks, concrete barriers can impact the W.U.I. effect. Can you give our wonderful viewers a rundown of the W.U.L.? I thought there was an L in there.
No, wildland urban interface.
Isn't there an L in there?
Well, there's an L in wildland. But
Okay. It's one word.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you never work for the government. You're just not.
You're just, wow.
You're just not up on all these acronyms.
Got me right here. I did work for the government.
I know. Part of the government.
Part of the government.
There you go. Well, wildland urban interface, we talked about it quite a bit before, really, in that there's forests, and people want to build their homes close to the forest. It's beautiful. They have walkways and trails and those kinds of things. But this day and time, we get these fires, and they come roaring into these neighborhoods, and it's just a problem. And so we talked about how to reduce the tinder, how to make, instead of having wooden homes, we can have homes with partial concrete or whatever. We talk about barriers, we can have sidewalks and roads and those kinds of things. Talk about having higher foundation walls and all those kinds of things. So here I am, I'm waving my hands, hey, let's do this, hey, let's do that. Hand wave, hand wave. What are we actually going to do?
Need data to back up that hand wave.
That's right. We need good science, we need good, hard science to back that up. And so we need to move into some models that will actually simulate what we're talking about.
And before we get into the models that we're looking for and the checks and balances, let's define models and simulations. And there are models for everything. We once found a model that tells you how many cases of beer you have to bring to a party based on that case of beer algorithm or model that we found.
Oh, right.
And we used it in one of our modeling and simulation talks. Based on this group, we would need 15 cases of beer. So there's models for everything out there, and all a model is an equation or a set of equations, a set of algorithms that are trying to represent something in an environment, a physical phenomena or some type of phenomena in an environment. And bear in mind, models are not the answer. They are to be considered a prediction. And that's something that people often forget, is that oftentimes there are some models that are taken as the answer, when that's just not the case. We do our best to use these algorithms or even experiments, and then from there we create equations to recreate what we feel like is going to go on in life, but there are certain assumptions that are made to make the math easier. Even hard math is easier, because again, we're trying to represent life.
Yeah, models do in the computer what we do in the lab.
Right.
In the lab, we try to miniaturize things, we try to normalize and figure out ways to do small things in the lab, and then make them relate to the real world.
Right.
And that's what you're talking about too. We're going to take the equations, the scientific equations, the scientific principles, the physics, we're going to put it into the computer to help simulate situations. So it's not going to be the exact real world, but it's going to give us a way to help us make decisions, give us data to help make decisions.
And that's the second thing, simulation. So a model is just a set of equations. The simulation is how we use that set of equations, or put a bunch of equations together to create a package to get us from garbage or data in equals some type of answer out. Now, for us, we haven't found the model yet.
No, we're still looking. I mean, there's just a lot of very smart people that develop all these Eulerian models.
The simulation is a package of models or a package of algorithms and equations that are all put in a specific order and used in a specific way to give us a piece of information. Like David said, one we haven't found what we're looking for, and that's what this is about. This is what we're going through when we come to inception of idea. Now we need a model. We have no idea what to look for. There's so many out there. How do we choose?
Yeah, it's the classic definition of research. We searched, And we found some things, but they weren't quite right. So now,
Right.
now we've got to research. So, classic definition.
Woo!
Classic
That
definition.
was, never saw that. Never saw
Didn't see that coming.
No, that was awesome.
So yeah, we're going to go out and we're looking for different models. What do we need to prove our point? Well, we've got the fire itself. It's the boundary condition.
Right.
It's got to fire up and create heat and do things in a certain way. So we need that side of it. We need to create that heat boundary condition. We want to know inside a house how survivable it's going to be. If it's going to be spontaneous, it's just going to be uninhabitable, or it's going to, your pearls in your safe are going to be okay or they're not.
Right.
Those kinds of things. And then we need to know that barrier. We need to know the thermal coefficient of concrete. We need to know how it'll help block the heat. So we've got several material properties, we've got a couple of boundary conditions, we need to look for all that to put this together.
Wouldn't that be at a certain set of nodes within a larger system that looks at the flow of fire over a cross-sectional area based on tree content, tree spacing, tree type?
I think we can find that.
Fuel.
Yeah, I think we can find that. There's a lot of homeowner level guidelines on moving tenderway, moving pine shafts away from the house, not using them for mulch.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff like that, moving trees away, a lot of stuff like that. To get to the actual thermodynamics of the fire, moving heat, flowing heat through the wall, how hot the room's going to get, that's a more complicated problem.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And, one of the, to piggyback on that, when we look for these different simulation packages, and, David and I were talking about, okay, what's a simulation that we could definitely not use? And when we define what we can't use, it kind of gives us an idea of what we should be using. So I brought up VCCTL, which is a simulation created by NIST. That package is not really suited for this.
Yeah.
The information that we're going to enter, the information in is cement type, water, aggregate type, and the information that we get out is the hydration of concrete over time and the strength. And we don't care about that for this project. So that would be a very bad simulation.
Yeah. It's a great program.
Great.
It does a great job.
Totally.
It's a hammer, we need a leaf blower.
So when we talk about our checks and balances, we're looking at our information that we're putting in, is it germane to our topic?
Right.
And the information that we're getting out, is it germane to our topic?
Yeah, we're concrete people. That's our niche.
That's our niche.
That's what we do. So what we want to do is find something that says, if we make this concrete, it will help things, or if we replace this product with concrete, it will help things. That's our goal here, is to put concrete into the fire picture.
Right, and the fire picture has to be established by these models and simulations that are already existing, because we don't want to recreate.
Oh no, we're not fire experts. We're not Orlerian computer analysis, software people.
I think that's actually what Patchouli specialized in when she went to school.
We're concrete people.
No.
That's what we do.
Right.
So we need to find the right model to compare one concrete A to B and figure out what's going to work better.
Amen. So thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed. If you have any comments, any questions, any concerns, if you're somebody in that environment and you've got to rebuild, what is the best way to rebuild? That might be part 3 of this W-U-L-L-I QRP.
W.U.I, that's right.
W.U.I effect. So thanks for joining us. Go concrete.
Beat asphalt.